What up, y'all? I'm back with another review, and I'm here to review the newest studio album from Gang Starr entitled One of the Best Yet. Now, this is their seventh studio album. I want to say I just said that, but yeah, newest studio album, seventh studio album from Gang Starr, one of the best yet. First posthumous album since Guru, the MC of the duo, passed in like 2000. 2010, I want to say. It was like 2010. And the DJ being DJ Premier. For any of y'all who might be new to Gang Starr, I'm sure you've heard a Gang Starr song before, or at least some DJ Premier production if you've played NBA 2K and have obviously heard the soundtrack. Maybe not listen to them specifically for that while you're playing, but heard the soundtrack while you're playing and everything. You've definitely heard some DJ Premier production if you've played NBA 2K. But yeah, when did Guru pass? It was April 19th of 2010. Okay. But yeah, Gang Starr, one of the greatest. I'm gonna go ahead and put them in the same category as groups, because when we talk about hip hop groups, we talk about groups or trios or cliques or collectives, duos. They're in there as a duo. They're one of the best. They're in that category of not being a single rapper, being a duo or more. They're one of the greatest of all time. At least three classic hip hop albums under their belts, with the 6 that they dropped while Guru was alive, and now this being the first posthumous album. Even it's so weird to call it a posthumous album because one member is still alive, even though the other one's passed. So it's like it's a posthumous release for Guru, just not Premier. But for Gang Starr, it's like just a new Gang Starr album. And let's go ahead and get right into this, man. This is the first album since like 2003. What was it called? Owners or The Owners, I want to say. Yeah, The Owners, I believe. But yeah, let's go ahead and get right into this. Actually, hold on. Yeah, The Owners with a Z. So yeah, let's go ahead and get right into this. The first track I'm going to talk about is, the first track, The Sure Shot, which is just the best of the cuts of the best of Gang Starr in this one crowd chant sequence. And they keep saying, Gang Starr has got to be the sure shot. And it's like that off the track Royalty, which is one of my favorite. It's a hip-hop classic, and it's one of my favorite hip-hop songs ever, but especially when it comes to Gang Starr. The next track I'm going to talk about is Lights Out featuring M.O.P. Man, this is just on some it's on some kind of hardcore boom bap shit, which is what you'd expect. Gang Starr, Guru, Premier being from Houston, Guru being from I forget what part, but from Massachusetts, maybe Boston, I want to say. And they moved to New York as a duo and found footing there. For those of you who don't know, but for those who do know Gang Starr and what the history and what they mean to hip hop, then this goes without saying. But it's just Lights Out though, featuring M.O.P. It's on some like Lights Out shit, like when the gods show up and touch the mic. And when I say the gods, I mean I'm referencing the 5% ideology. The next track, Bad Name, which the music video for that just dropped yesterday or today, I believe. Today being November 14th as I record this. And Gurus are talking about like, what if Big and Pac were here? These whack niggas would be unheard. And just talking about how the culture and the game has changed and it's a bad name for hip hop. And like, what if there were no politicking and bling and after parties and everything, and the real hip hop and the hip hop artists making it were shining. Just talking about careers being done and how beef is cool now. And the media is just greedy, but it stems from the people who consume it in the first place. And how you used to be able to support your family on this, but now it's like can't even buy Spam with this shit, and everyone's just lost with drama, and they're abusing hip hop instead of preserving it, and like how there's just no more hard work, and it's just more blunts, drinks, and women, and we're seeing the aftermath of that today. Even though it's kind of cooled down with some of the things I feel like he's talking about, things he's referencing. The next track I'm talking about is Hitman featuring Q-Tip from A Tribe Called Quest. We got it from here. Thank you for your service in 2016. Still bumps to this day. like that dropping in 2016 is like the equivalent to this Gang Starr album dropping in 2019. Even more so with this album because a member has passed, being Guru. Um, but yeah, like just being the hip hop Superman shit, like being Rap Man, like your old Drew talked about on uh, PAX in 2017. It reminds me like of a MF Doom type of story, like just this nomadic Rolling Stone Hitman hip hop artist. Really fun track. The next track I'm talking about is What's Real featuring Group Home and Royce the 5'9". Just talking about, man, respect and credibility. I believe the guys in Group Home are Gang Starr founding members of Gang Starr, or they're founding members of the Gang Starr Foundation or something like that. They're just giving their OG perspective on the game today. And one verse towards the end, guy talked about Guru's son getting to bear the fruit of his father's work and legacy all these years later. Still. The next track is From a Distance featuring Jeru the Damaja, or Jeru the Damaja, whichever way you pronounce it. I think it's Damaja. I think that's how he pronounces it himself, or Jeru the Damaja. But very underrated rapper. All time, really, I believe. But yeah, real feel good shit. Guru rips per usual, and they're just talking about their names, like their 5% names, like King Equality, Justice Equality, being the ruler universal, God universal, just 360 degrees, and all these 5% references, and just talking about the science. I'm like, I'm fucking with this. The beat, the lyrical content with this track, it doesn't sound foreign to me because I have an idea of what they're talking about, given that I have read and studied and still do listen to and read and watch NOI, Nation of Islam, and 5%er videos and documentaries, interviews, read the books and everything. So yeah, next track I'm talking about is Family and Loyalty featuring J. Cole. I love the music video that goes with this track. Just peace to the NGE, first of all. They were featured, like Allah School and Mecca was featured in this video. Peace to the people, of course. And Guru, man, yet again, just solidifies himself as a great, but more so as a diamond. Like, diamonds are forever, but Guru is a diamond if you're a hip-hop fan. Like, he's a diamond, and he's going to last forever. Like, and Cole even said that in his verse. Like, he said, Guru lasts forever like a diamond the most. And Cole gave respect and talked about uplifting the community, investing in the youth, and how talked about wisdom bringing a whole another sort of understanding. I'm like, man, on some supreme mathematics shit, Cole, okay. He talked about, like, smarter choices, and he kind of popped his collar too as being essential to his generation, and just talking about cleaning ourselves back up, black people, cleaning ourselves back up to be what we originally were as teachers. The next track is So Many Rappers. It's a lighter track, I feel like. Guru sounds a little like, maybe not tired, but maybe this is when he was recorded, when he was feeling, when he had unfortunately had contracted his illness. It feels like a lighter track, but it still feels monumental though. He just talked about how most rappers fall off for their one-hit wonders and all, but on the other hand, Guru and his ilk are they persevere and they play it smart, and they were good to hip hop, so hip hop's been good to them, pretty much, which is how it tends to go with things, especially in hip hop. If you're just good to hip hop, it's going to be good back to you. That's just what it is. But yeah, the next track, Business of Art, featuring Talib Kweli. Again, one of the lighter tracks, but just asking, is this game business or is it art? I guess it just depends on what you make it, in a sense. And he's just saying, like, make it a culture, like treat it as one, because that's what it is, and move with intelligence to achieve a certain longevity, like he's afforded himself, like Talib is afforded himself, like rappers of that ilk have afforded themselves. And the last track I'm talking about is the last track. I didn't talk about any of the skits. Now that I didn't talk about Keith Kasim Alam, which is Guru's son. Guru's son's his ode to his father, and Guru lives on, like, forever as a diamond. But yeah, Bless the Mic. It's Guru said it's the message in the song that makes you rock on, and Guru blessed the mic, and you get that cut in the song as well. Bless the mic with the God. I'm not sure who's saying that. It sounds like it could be Rakim now I think about it, because Rakim was part of that. Rakim, Big Daddy Kane, AZ, Nas, Poor Righteous Teachers, Brand Nubian, of course, Wu-Tang. Like they've. I'm not saying they're all 5%ers, but I know they've all at least studied. Poor Righteous Teachers definitely are. Brand Nubian, yes. Big Daddy Kane and Rakim, I don't know if they moved on. I know some of the guys in Wu-Tang became just full-on Sunni Muslims. I think it's Ghostface and Raekwon that did. I'm not sure about RZA today, but yeah, this album though, as a whole, like the 5%er references, did I just add another note to this without? Oh, okay. But yeah, this album is just great. It's monumental to have this album drop in 2019 from a legendary golden age hip hop duo, and it to be Gang Starr with a deceased member being Guru. It's like the return of Gang Starr. Like the old heads, the hip hop purists, the real hip hop heads should love this. It's magical, like I said, especially in 2019, because it's like you're hearing a ghost rapping. It's like man, it's fantastic. Just to have this, even though there are some tracks that I feel like are lighter, and I didn't necessarily need so many skits. I didn't need that track with Neo. What was it? Get Together or something like that, featuring a female artist, a female rapper. I forget what her name is, but I didn't need that, and I didn't really need the skits. But overall, yeah, I'm feeling this project. I'm just gonna give it a solid 7 out of 10. If you've heard this project, let me know what you think about it in the comment section below, and what you think about my review on it. And if you haven't heard this project, I definitely recommend that you check it out. If you are a hip hop purist, if you love real hip hop, if you love that boom bap sound, you definitely check this out. Be sure to hit the like button if you like this review. Share the review. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and like the content that you see. Also, check the description because the link to stream this will be down there, as well as my social media links, my PSN name. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you all for watching, and I will see y'all next time. And rest in peace to Guru.